Hey folks, it's Amy K. Sunday Fun Day here for you tonight live. It is 8:03 in Brooklyn. My producer, my lovely girlfriend behind this camera, Pamela Stubbs, she's a little mad at me. She said the talent was late tonight. And I'm just going to give a shout out to our good friend Ann. Ann, we love you. She took us to dinner tonight. We haven't seen her in a few months. So I'm sorry that I'm a few minutes late. Tonight, folks, we are celebrating the Pimm's Cup. Pimm's is one of the official drinks of the UK, our beloved United Kingdom across the pond. I want to give a shout out to my good friend Alison Eaton, who used to be a regular of mine at Manchester Pub. I don't think Alison is awake right now because they are on London time, but I hope she sees this video tomorrow morning because Alison, this is for you and for Peter. So Pimm's back in the day was discovered at the Oyster Bar in London. It was used more so as medicine, kind of like how we use bitters to put bitters in soda. So Pimm's was a good liqueur that folks like to use to tame the belly, to sip on, to make you feel better. But it blew up over the years and became Pimm's #1, and I'm going to talk to you about the original Pimm's Cup and the variations that we can do. Another fun fact about Pimm's, it is the big refresher of, yes, Wimbledon. Venus Williams, Steffi Graf, Andre Agassi, even Babs back in the day when she was dating Andre, they had a Pimm's or two during the timeouts in Wimbledon. So it is a fun drink. A good thing about Pimm's, it's very low ABV, so low in alcohol content, so it's a good summer crusher. It's fun to refresh at a party, graduations, birthdays, because it's something that you can drink throughout the day that's not going to get you blitzed. So, first things first, is I have known, not Nico, but Amanda is the one that hashtagged me as first things first. So I'm going to give her the love tonight that she deserves. So thank you, Amanda. So Pimm's. Pam, if you can zoom in, this is beautiful. Pimm's #1. This, my friends, is honestly, if you chill Pimm's, you can have it on the rocks. You can sip it neat. You can drink it with club soda, many variations, lemonade, Sprite. The beauty of this liqueur is there's so many fun things you can do with it. But tonight, and I'm going to give a huge shout out to Allison. I hope she's on with her father making this live. It might be bedtime for their young ones, so they might not be here right now, but they will be later. So this is for Allison.
Allison is on.
Oh, Allison is on. Allison, thank you. I got my new press shirt for you, Allison. This is one of her favorites, and I think one of her dad's favorites. So what Allison told me is she loves strawberries, and I wasn't going to incorporate strawberries in my Pimm's tonight because Allison loves the classic. I'm going to do strawberries. So to babble a little more, Pimm's is fun. There's many things you can do. So the classic Pimm's cocktail, you can serve in highball glass. You can serve in a fun mason jar. Some people like to serve it in a wine glass. I'm going to probably choose the mason jar tonight because it's fun. And what you want to use is some good old-fashioned cucumber. You want to use orange. You want to use lemon. You want to use strawberry. You want to use some fresh mint. And Allison, I think you might have classic 7-Up at home or ginger ale. I went a step further, and we got the organic Reed's ginger beer because we're going to get a little fancy here in Carroll Gardens. I like things with a little bit of heat. So Reed's ginger beer is amazing. It's made from cane. It has the fresh ginger in it, so it's going to give you a little bit of spice to really balance everything out. So classic Pimm's, this is the fun thing about this cocktail. And Brian Bartles, if you're watching this at one point, he'll tell you this about Bloody Marys. With a Bloody Mary, you can go very simple, and you can garnish it with a lime, a lemon. Or you can just rock the boat. You can put shrimp, bacon. You can stack it, what we like to call it. And that's what I'm going to do with the Pimm's tonight, because some variations call for just citrus wheels or the cucumber wheel, but tonight we're gonna load it up. We're gonna go classic, fun, old school, and just put it all out there for you.
So, quick question from the group.
Yes.
Allison wants to know, can we use goslings?
Absolutely. What do you want to do with that goslings, Allison?
I'll let you know when she responds.
So, Pam, I brought my trusty opener tonight because football season is maybe upon us. So we're going to open my ginger beer with my beloved Let's Go Steelers.
Ann says, go big or go home.
Oh, thanks, Ann.
Oh, Allison says instead of the other ginger beer. So Goslings has a ginger beer as
Absolutely.
well. Yeah.
That is totally fine because
Cool.
honestly, with the Pimm's cup, you obviously want to stay with Pimm's, but it can call for club soda, ginger ale. They basically just want you to balance it out. Some folks use lemonade. It's basically your call. Actually, Allison, I'm glad you brought this up because another fun tip with it too, some folks really like to bump it up a notch and they use champagne. Ooh. So you can build it with your Pimm's, add all this fun fruit. It's basically a fruit cocktail drink, if you will. You're making a fancy fruit cocktail. And to top it off with champagne could be a lot of fun. And again, we have it, folks, but my camera woman, Pamela Stubbs, just will not let me use it yet. So maybe when COVID lifts...
This is me shaking my head no.
Maybe when COVID lifts, I'll be allowed to use that. But until now, we're going to go with Reed's Extra good old ginger beer. So what we're going to do, I told you, I'm going to use my mason jar. The great thing here is you don't need shakers. Honestly, we're just going to build, stir. I'm going to show you tonight a little tip on how to crush ice because it's a lot of fun to crush your ice. So what you want to do with your classic Pimm's, Pam, if you can zoom in. And I think the Queen might be on her way. I hear some helicopters in the background. She could be coming. So if that happens, we might have to pause for my 5 followers that are watching this. So Allison, you might get me up to like 6 more tonight by the end of this. So thank you. So we are going to build right in our glass. We're going to do 3 ounces of your classic Pimm's. Boom. That's a shout out to my sister Jill because she loves the boom. So we're going to do 3. Put that aside. And now, here's a good fun tip. We're gonna play around tonight. So ice is good. You can just build it with good old fun ice. I like to crush my ice to really just kind of make the glass a little bit more chilled, play around. I talk about this week after week, good ice versus shitty ice. If you can get these fun, Pam, if you can zoom in. I keep telling you I'm so sorry. My steady hand cam, Pam.
So much zooming.
The silicone is very good. $6. You can order these from a specialty shop in your neighborhood. We use Whisk down on Atlantic Avenue. Yes, you can do Amazon too. But these make really good, hard, professional ice, and it doesn't dilute as fast as the ice that already comes in your freezer. So, crushing ice, you want to take a bar spoon or any kind of spoon you have at home and you just want to bang it up a little bit. And basically what this does, it's going to chill your glass, chill the cocktail, and it actually looks fun. It just gives you something to play with, and you can build the citrus and all this fruit in your cocktail a little more. Yes, you're obviously going to make a mess, but we can clean that up later. So now you have your Pimm's and your crushed ice. Now is the fun part. Some fruit. So what I wanted to show you is you can actually cut fruit in these classic fun little wheels. But a good friend of mine, Jim Betts, I'm going to give him a shout out, worked with him back in the day at Fedora. He taught me the shark method. Cutting your cuke into a fun little shark. So you want to kind of just cut it a little zigzaggy, and it looks kind of like a fin, and then you place that in the end, and I'm going to show you this a little bit later. Just always be careful with your fingers. Cutting fruit, Pam, good little technique. Just keep your fingers in and kind of knuckle the fruit so when you're cutting, you're not gonna cut your hand off. And I know Allison's hubby, Jim McDuffie, will probably appreciate that tip because he's a wonderful chef, so he knows. So now we're gonna cut up our citrus. So for the Pimm's cup, for the lime, or for the lemon and the orange, this is optional. And like I said, we're just making it a big bang fruit cup tonight, so I'm cutting all the goods because I think that's the way to do it. So I'm just gonna show you. And Pam, we're just gonna do a little wheel for the orange. There you go. And now what you wanna do, folks, very easy. You wanna grab your wooden spoon, and you wanna give a little stir, just to kind of get that ice really gelling with your Pimms. And then we want to take a couple of cukes. Again, this is like a fruit salad cocktail. You want to garnish. I'm going to garnish the sides. And then you want to pour a little bit of either your Sprite, ginger beer, whatever you have, champagne. And then you want to keep adding as you go. Do a little lemon. Then we're going to do a little bit of the orange. It's it's like a fancy sangria, if you will. And then you're gonna finish it all the way to the top. Let that fizz. Obviously, folks, it's a little bit of a messy drink, but that's what you have going on. It's fun. And then you wanna take some fresh mint. Mint doesn't have to be there, but I think it's a great, it accompanies the drink very much. It's just a good pop with all the citrus. So a good note to do with, Pam, if you can zoom in, when you get fresh mint, way to really get all the spice to really pop out of it, you want to slap in your hand, and it really lets out the aroma. And honestly, you just want to put that all in there. And then this is for Allison. I wasn't going to do the traditional strawberry, but we're going to do it. We're going to get fancy. And a friend of mine years ago said the best part of the strawberry, you get a lot of good vitamins with the green stem. So we're keeping that in there. And then you're going to clean up our bar. Always clean up your bar. Messy bar is no bueno. You do not want a messy bar, folks. Folks, this is the fruit cup of all cocktails, the Pimm's cup. Now, in all seriousness, this is like the exaggerated way. This is if you want to really go for it and just put everything in there. But there are many, many variations of Pimm's cup. You can seriously just do it half and half, 2-to-1, 2-ounce Pimm's, ounce of whatever you choose. Again, you can use champagne. A lot of folks prefer it just with cucumber, 1 citrus, but I wanted to give you the whole fun fruit bowl, like pow, right in your face. But this is it. I think the queen would be impressed. I mean, I think Pam and I might turn on the crown right now and just relive those days and have a little Pimm's cup. So folks, I love doing these. Thank you so much for your support. Please, please, please always DM me. And I wanted to take a moment tonight just to let you all know, Pam and I have been supporting a lot of our local restaurants. We're in some times right now that it's uncertain. We don't really know what's going on. I'm back at work, but I just want to give a plug because there's so many people in the industry that are really pushing and pushing and pushing, and we don't really know what's going to happen. And Pam knows. I'm going to give a shout out right now to our local bar, Clover Club. The owner is there today, crushing it. Julie Reiner, she's behind the bar. She made this drink in like 10 seconds. I mean, she's still got it. Mai Tai, I'm sipping on it. I had to sip on it because I had to get here live. That might have been why I was 2 minutes late. But I just want to be serious, like, we're really trying to support everybody. Nobody knows what's going to happen from 1 minute to the next, so before I get emotional, I'm gonna get off this live feed. But please, please, please support everybody in the industry. We need it. Support each other. And please keep following me. I love doing these videos. It's so much fun. And Allison, I mean this. Thank you for your support. You've been my #1 fan. This is for you. Cheers, guys. Stay safe. Woo!